warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back my channel. I want presentation about balanced nutrition. My name is Tyra Elsha Febriani. My class is Reguler B. Balanced nutrition. What food should you eat to provide a good nutritional balance? Good nutrition is balanced with food that contain protein, carbohydrates, fats, mineral, and vitamin. Exercise is also important for the health of our bodies. A balanced diet is often represented by different symbols. 1. A wheel, plate or circle symbol indicate the balance of food dessert. 2. The rainbow symbol expresses variety. 3. The pyramid symbol recommends serving of various food groups. All symbols have the same variety of intake foods from different food groups. Nutritious food groups include 1. Whole grain for carbohydrate and fiber. 2. Vegetables and fruit for vitamin, mineral, and fiber. 3. Milk for calcium and protein. 4. Meat and nuts for protein. 5. Fat is scattered between the food for essential fatty acids. 6. It is a salt used in all food, even if it is more expensive to avoid the clutter that occurs in many parts of the world. Maintain the number of portions of each food group needed to meet the body needs, and the portion size that are appropriate for our body weight, belonging at nutritional calculation. Protein. What is protein and where does it come from? Protein is the building block of life and is necessary for good health. Proteins are made of chains of up to 20 different amino acids. During digestion, protein is broken down into amino acids for body use. Amino acids are produced by the body or obtained through food. Complete protein food include 1. Animal food such as meat, milk, yogurt, cheese, and eggs. 2. Vegetable food. 3. Soy protein such as tofu, tempeh, or soy milk. 4. Cereal food. Why is protein important for our bodies? 1. Repair damaged bodies by forming scar tissue. 2. Direct and balance body function as a hormone. 3. Form most muscles, including the heart. 4. Tendon make up and most of the connective tissue. 5. Defense against infection as antibodies. 6. Directing and controlling the chemical reaction of life as enzymes. 7. Help make collagen and cartilage, which determines the shape of the skeleton. 8. Carry out instruction from gains in cells. 9. Can provide the component needed for gains and reproductive cells. How babies can receive a sufficient amount of protein? Breast milk is an ideal source of protein for the first 12 children to 24 months of life because it has a perfect amino acid balance, does not cause allergies, can provide all the nutrients needed for the normal term of the baby. Additional mineral, vitamin, and other nutrition is needed after the first 6 months. Infants with low Wheat may also need additional nutrients for rapid growth. What are carbohydrates? Most carbohydrates contain atoms from one water molecule to each carbon atom. Monosaccharides are carbohydrate-based food and have 6 carbon. Examples are glucose, fructose, and galactose. Glucose is sugar in the food. Fructose is sweet as glucose and is found in fruits. Galactose is less sweet than glucose and is present in milk. Disaccharides are formed when two monosaccharides are joined together. Starches in vegetables and whole grains are long chain or glucose polymers. Cellulose is also a long chain or polymer of glucose. Why are carbohydrates important? Because it can provide energy for the brain, muscles, and other bodies. Its function and combine protein or fat to form an important part of cartilage, connective tissue, nervous system, and immune system. May contribute to normal stool and bowel tenderness. How are carbohydrates digested and controlled? Disaccharides and starch are digested monosaccharides in the intestine. Monosaccharides are absorbed and carried to the liver. The liver uses glucose or convert other glucose monosaccharides into glucose for circulation or storage. Circulating glucose triggers nervous, brain, eyes, and other tissues without the need for insulin. When blood glucose is high, insulin displaces muscles and fat cells. When blood glucose falls between meals, liver glycogen is broken down to maintain it. Glycogen lasts less than a day if not replenished from food and can be depleted within hours of intense activity. When carbohydrates are not replenished regularly, the body uses protein to make glucose for tissues, then need it for energy. Can eat or drink certain carbohydrate causes diabetes mellitus appear earlier if a person is at risk. For example, has a family history of diabetes, obesity, or an inactive lifestyle. Food with a high glycemic index increase their risk, including sugary drinks, cornflakes, many more bakery items. Rice and potatoes are used to digest and raise blood sugar quickly. Food with a low glycemic index increase the risk less. They include pasta, high fiber foods, nuts, oatmeal, milk, yogurt, nuts, peanut butter, and fruit. They are digested more slowly and have less effect on blood sugar. Why are some people lactose intolerant? Lactose can be used until it is broken down in half by the enzyme lactase. Almost all babies have enough lactase to digest the lactose in milk. Most of the lactase level decreases as the population ages. Which causes lactose intolerance is undigested lactose passes through the intestine and to the large intestine. Bacteria in the large Intestine ferment lactose in gas and acids, fermentines, product farting, cramps, and diarrhea. Fat. What is fat? Fat is mostly made of carbon and hydrogen and do not mix with water. Mass of dietary fat, challenging carbohydrates, is made with three fatty acids. Saturated fats tend to provide concentrated energy to be solid, for example in butter and lard, and high blood cholesterol is promoted. Unsaturated fats are a healthy form of concentrated energy, for example in olive, canola, and peanut oil, and are less likely to rot than polyunsaturated fats. Certain polyunsaturated fatty acids in the diet are essential for good health and are unlikely to be made by humans. Omega-3 fatty acids include ALA, EPA, and DHA. Red of vegetables, oil araham and canola. Fish oil, for example, salmon, is rich in EPA and DHA. The omega-6 fatty acid family includes LA and AA, ARA or arachidonic acid. Red sources include corn, peanut, sesame oil, sunflower, and safflower. The best ratio of the two essentially fatty acid families is soybean oil and canola oil. Olive oil has a good ratio but low levels of essentially fatty acids. Tropical oil, for example, coconut oil and palm oil, are low in essentially fatty acid hydrogen but remains liquid at room temperature. Saturated fatty acids trans fatty acids are formed when hydrogen is added to unsaturated fats to make them solid. Cholesterol is another type of fat found in all cell membranes in small amount. The cell membrane is the layer of fat that makes up the cell walls and space. What is the importance of fat? They separate food for the chemical reaction characteristic of life and the requirement for normal functioning essential fatty acid. Fat is an important insulation. Fat just under the skin protect the body from extreme temperatures. The layer of fat around important organs protect them from shock or physical injury. Special fats form a layer around nerve cells that electrically isolate them from each other. Multiple sclerosis is an example of a condition where this lining is damaged. Fat is an efficient way to store energy. 1 pound of fat contains about 3,500 calories. Fat contains 9 calories per gram compared to for protein and carbohydrate. If energy is stored as carbohydrate instead of fat, body weight may be 30% greater. Cholesterol performs several functions: stabilize the cell membrane. The basis for some hormone, for example, hydrocortisone, estrogen, and testosterone, and for the production of vitamin D, be sunlight on the skin. Buzzword salt with aid in fat digestion. Excess cholesterol, saturated fat, and trans fat in the diet can increase bad cholesterol in the blood and worsen atherosclerosis, collagen antares, and related diseases. Reducing or replacing them with monounsaturated fats can help reduce their effect. Mineral. Macromineral required in large quantities in food, more than 200 mg of each macromineral under normal daily diet. Generally, they can become imbalance of dehydrated fruits, vegetables, and meat are good source of electrolytes. Calcium, the most abundant mineral in the body. 99% of the body's calcium combines with phosphorus in the skeleton to make bones strong. 1% of the body's calcium is in various body and tissue fluids. Calcium is important for muscle tone, muscle contraction, and nervous system function. Muscle cramps may be an early symptom of low blood calcium. Excellent food sources include milk, yogurt, cheese, sardines, tofu, soy milk, and canned salmon with bones. Inadequate calcium intake leads to osteoporosis at an early age and complex fractures. Most of the bone calcium content accumulates by the end of adolescence and around the age of 30. After that, bone calcium tends to decrease, especially in women after menopause. It is very important for young women to maximizing bone mineral content before childbearing, starting with paying serious attention to calcium and vitamin D intake. Phosphorus combines with calcium to strengthen the skeleton. It participates in various chemical reactions in the body. It is also part of the nucleic acid strand that make up genes. However, certain diseases such as kidney failure can cause excessive phosphorus loss. Magnesium, about half of the body's magnesium is found in bone, half in cell, and about 1% in blood and tissue fluids. This is essential for normal muscles and nerves. It functions to keep the heart rhythm stable, supportive a healthy immune system, and keep bones strong. Magnesium also helps regulate blood sugar and increases normal blood pressure. Muscle cramps are an early symptom of a deficiency in the best source of green leafy vegetables, nuts, and seafood, although other good sources include whole grains, meat, and dairy products. Microminerals are important acceptants in various reactions throughout the body. Some of the important microminerals are iron, iodine, zinc, copper, selenium, fluorine, and chromium. 1. Iron is a central part of the red hemoglobin in blood cells. It carries life-giving oxygen throughout the body. Insufficient iron or copper are two causes of anemia, low red blood cell count. What happens is pale, tired, and less energy. Women who are menstruating regularly lose blood and easily develop iron deficiency. Lack of iron in cells, even in the absence of anemia, also causes fatigue and decreased energy. Good sources of iron include fortified meat, cereals, legumes, green leafy vegetables, and whole grains. 2. Iodine is a part of the thyroid hormone. It is essential for human health and function. Deficiency causes greater swelling of the thyroid gland, loss of energy, fatigue, and constipation. Mental function slows down. Permanent creatinism and mental retardation are children when severe deficiency. Of course, during pregnancy and infancy, sources of dietary iodine vary considerably, depending on the soil in which the food is produced. Seafood is often an excellent but also variable source. Milk is also good if the producing corn and grass and high wheat good or moderate iodine content. The most reliable food source is iodine salt. It is recommended that iodine salt is always used, even if it is more expensive than non-iodine salt. 3. Zinc help in many chemical reactions in the body. Deficiency can cause skin rash, dermatitis, hair loss, diarrhea, poor wound healing, and decreased immune function, reduced vision, taste, smell, and memory. Late puberty. 25% of people in the world are the risk for zinc deficiency, especially those who eat a low available plant-based diet, on zinc or with diseases such as chronic diarrhea, with increased weight, increased zinc loss, or interfere with zinc absorption. Meat is a major source of zinc, but other sources include dairy products, nuts, and fortified cereals. The best absorption in the diet includes animal protein. Vitamin. Vitamins are organic compounds that are essential for life and health, even though they are present in very small amounts. Fat-soluble vitamins, namely vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. These vitamins can be stored in the body and can be toxic if consumed in large quantities. Water-soluble vitamin, namely B vitamins, vitamin C, and choline. Thus, vitamin can be easily excreted in the urine if consumed in large quantities. Usually does not hurt poison level. Retinol, retinoic acid, vitamin A, performance is found only in animal or food additives. Generally, may be converting yellow and green vegetable compounds may cause visual disturbance, night blindness, dry eye, corneal damage, and total blindness. Other effects include impaired immunity, anemia, thickening of cells in the respiratory tract and bladder, and damaged teeth. Vitamin D, cholecalciferol, fish ergocalciferol, fish oil, and fortified foods may be converting compounds into skin when exposed to sunlight. Deficiency in childhood because bone deformities triggered in adulthood. Bone thinning with muscle weakness is known as osteomalacia. Reduced bone mineral density and brittle bones are called osteoporosis. Vitamin E, tocopherols, almond tocotrienols, sunflower seed, sunflower oil, walnut, hazelnut, and corn oil. Short-term are rare. It usually appears as a nervous problem in the hands and feet, but also as anemia in premature babies. Vitamin K, menaquinone bacteria in the intestine might cause both clotting disorders for bone mineralization. Vitamin B1 thiamine, such as fortified bread, cereal and pastas, whole grain, lean meat, fish, legumes, and so. The impact of this vitamin deficiency, namely weight loss, emotional disturbance, disordered sense, weakness and pain in the arm and leg, irregular heartbeat, and swelling of body tissues, heart failure and death, and occurred in advanced case. It could be that chronic deficiency also causes permanent psychosis with memory loss and confusion. Vitamin B2, riboflavin, such as lean meat, eggs, legumes, beans, green vegetables, dairy products, bread, and cereals. The impact of this vitamin D deficiency is cleft in the lips, especially the corner of the mouth. High insensitivity to sunlight, inflammation of the tongue, dermatitis, especially genital and mouth, and sore throat and mouth failure also occurs in children. Vitamin B6, pyridoxine, such as cereal, greens, nuts, vegetable, carrot, spinach, peas, potatoes, milk, cheese, egg, fish, liver, meat, and flour. The effects of this vitamin deficiency are anemia, depression, dermatitis, high blood pressure. Vitamin 12, cobalamin, such as egg, meat, poultry, shellfish, milk, and dairy products. The effects of this vitamin deficiency are anemia, neuropathy of the hands and feet, and mental deficit. This decreased absorption occurs with gastritis and pernicious anemia. It can also cause symptoms of mania and psychosis. Water. How much water does the human body need? About 60% of the body is water. Almost all bodily functions depend on it. The average adult drink 2.2 to 3 liters, 9 to 12 cups of fluids per day. The amount in deciliters should equal about one third of the body weight of a kilogram. The daily fluid requirements can more than double to higher elevation, higher temperature, and so on. Caffeine can cause extra water loss in the urine and increase the need for fluids. The best drink option is plain water. What happens if someone does not get enough water? Dehydration, weight loss to clean water loss can cause significant problem. Decrease in physical and mental function can begin to occur after only 1% to 2% water loss. Other symptoms include headache, dry eyes, irritability, drowsiness, and frequent muscle cramps. Baby nutrition. Protein from breast milk is an ideal blend of essential and non-essential amino acids. Why breast milk? The best food for babies? Because generally do not cause allergy, include antibodies that may provide some protection against germs found in the environment of mother and baby. Carbohydrate, lactose from breast milk easily digested by almost all newborn, provides a natural laxative function. Fat give babies essential fatty acid energy to meet the needs of rapid growth. Mineral and vitamin are easy to digest and generally adequate with simple exposure. Sunlight to produce some vitamin D. Also, the baby be fed. Breast milk should be given exclusively to babies for the first 4 to 6 months and so form the basis of the child diet for at least 12 months. B. 4 to 6 months of age. Babies tend to grow bigger in their bodies, simple of iron and other nutrients. Needed in addition to breast milk. New foods are often introduced one at a time over the course of a week or so to determine if the baby is tolerating them. Iron fortified baby cereal, for example, rice or oatmeal mixed with a little bread milk, can be followed by both fruits, vegetables, and meat. And both vegetables must be cooked thoroughly. Ripe fruit and can sanitize pellet and must as well. Cook the meat should be compact until it becomes a fine pasta. Thank you for your attention. Don't forget like and subscribe. So, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.